Today, I wanted to share with you some really great news for parents out there, guardians, people who have children that they claim as dependents on your tax returns. There is a brand new enhanced child tax credit that's going to kick in starting July 15th, 2021. So for 9 out of 10 parents out there, you can expect monthly payments coming your way for the foreseeable future. So today I wanted to share with you exactly who qualifies, how much money you can expect, and everything else you need to know about these new enhanced child tax credits. You're not going to want to miss this. So you heard right. To all my parents out there, you know that there is some sort of child tax credit that you usually get at the end of the year when you go to file your taxes. Well, this new enhanced child tax credit is going to be more money coming your way, and you're going to get that money up front. Specifically, we are talking about $3,600 coming your way for children under the age of 6, and $3,000 coming your way for children ages 6 through 17. Now, just to be clear, they are not going to send thousands of dollars out up front, but they are going to send you monthly checks until the end of 2021. So another way of thinking about that is the government has decided to send money upfront monthly, and then you get to claim the rest of that child tax credit when you file your taxes. So that's going to be $300 a month if you qualify for the $3,600 child tax credit. And if you qualify for the $250 per month, that means you're going to end up with a $3,000 child tax credit. Oh, hey, and real quick, if you haven't given this video a like, I dove real deep into the research, so I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that thumbs up button. Again, thanks a lot. Okay, so whenever these new programs come out, people are always wondering, well, how does it apply to me and my situation? Well, an easy way for you to think of how much money you're gonna have coming in monthly with this new child tax credit is think of all your kids and how old they're gonna be on December 31st, 2021. That's the cutoff date. So if your kids are under the age of 6, you get $300 per child. And if your kids are over 6, but not yet 18, anywhere in between, you get $250 per child per month. And I'll throw an example your way. Let's say you had a newborn baby this year. You got a child that's turning 6 years old, and you got an 18-year-old, meaning they'll be 18 by the end of the year. Well, if you do the math based on what qualifies and how much money each child gets, you're going to get $300 per month for the newborn because they're under the age of 6. You're going to get $250 for the 6-year-old. And unfortunately for your 18-year-old, because they hit that age 18, they're going to get $0. So basically you can think of it like for those 3 kids based on the age qualifications, you're going to end up with $550 per month for 6 months, the last 6 months of 2021. So let's dive right in and try to figure out if you qualify. Now, single tax filers, those of you with dependent children, if you make $75,000 or less adjusted gross income, then you qualify for the full credit. Now, if you're married, you qualify for the full amount of credit if you make $150,000 adjusted gross income or less. Now, I know that AGI, or adjusted gross income, is always very confusing, so just pull out your 2020 taxes and look on line 7 of that 1040 form. If for some reason you haven't filed 2020 yet, they're probably going to use that 2019 tax form, so go ahead and pull that out, look at line 7, and that is your adjusted gross income. Now, let me say right now, if you think that you are entitled or eligible for a different or larger amount, the IRS does have a portal where you could update your dependent information. Maybe you had a lifestyle change or a relationship change and you need to update like your direct deposit information. That portal should be open, and I'll leave a link down below in the description. Hopefully it works the way it's supposed to. I know sometimes these portals, they always kind of don't work exactly right in the beginning, but they usually work those problems out along the way. So check that out, especially if you have to update any of that information. Also, if for some reason they don't send you the correct amount, don't worry, you should be eligible to claim the correct amount when you go to file your taxes next year for 2021. So a lot of good news there, but you might be asking yourself, how do you sign up for these payments? The IRS has already started to send out letters. Maybe you've already gotten one at your home address, letting you know that those payments might be coming. Just to be clear, this is not an opt-in process. They're basing the numbers and the amounts that they're sending off your 2020 taxes. Again, if those taxes aren't filed, they're going to look back at your 2019 taxes. Now, of course, a lot has changed since 2019. So again, check out that portal just to make sure all your numbers are correct. Again, I had a situation where some of our account numbers changed since 2019. So I need to go on there and update that information as well. Now, these payments are set to run from July 15th all the way through December 15th, unless, of course, the 15th falls on like a weekend or a holiday, then they'll do the next closest business day. And there are already talks of perhaps extending this longer than the end of this year. Some are even asking for it to be permanent for the next few years. However, nothing's official yet. If it does become official, I will let you know. So be sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Now, so many people are happy this money's coming, but others are asking if you can opt out of getting this money. You might be asking yourself, like, why would anybody want to opt out of this money? But there are a number of reasons. So let me just address that question right now. Yes, you can opt out of this money, and you specifically do that on that same portal that I mentioned before. One of the obvious things to address is that if you are getting an advance of this child tax credit, then that refund amount that you usually get when you file your taxes could potentially be less. Some people budget that way where they get a larger refund and they like it. They use it for a vacation or maybe like a summer project. However, if you're getting that money up front, you might end up getting a lower amount for tax return time. Also, another reason to opt out is maybe you know your situation has changed for the better since 2020. For example, myself, I started this YouTube channel. I know other people have started side hustles and businesses starting to open up. So if you think you're not going to qualify for this money and end up owing it back, which is a possibility, you might want to opt out and then just basically pay what you owe at the end of next year. That's a unique situation for somebody that's doing better during the shutdown than they were before. However, I wanted to address it because some people may not want this government money sent to them without them asking for it. Now, my personal opinion is to take the money if the government is sending it to you. My suggestion would then be to open up a separate dedicated taxes account. Some people have these accounts anyway. They're called sinking funds, maybe a little bit of money here for taxes, a little bit of money here for a vacation. If they're going to be sending you this money, why not open up an account that's going to help that money grow? It could be a high interest checking or savings account. It could be like a free money account from SoFi. In fact, I'll leave a link down below to two banks I love working with. SoFi Money right now has a free account where if you deposit $500, they're going to give you $50 free. Also, I use CIT Bank for some real estate that I own. Basically, it's a place where I can put those funds, let them grow with a higher interest rate, and then when and if I need the money, I can pull those funds out. In other words, a lot of people are going to tell you not to give the government an interest-free loan. If they're going to send you the money and it's your money, get it as soon as possible. So yeah, there's a handful of people that may end up getting this money and needing to pay it back, but for the majority of people, that won't be the case. And I will say, if you are in a divorce or separation situation, it is typically the parent who has the majority custody that claims the child as a dependent. Of course, if it's a 50-50 situation, a lot of times that goes to the person who has the higher adjusted gross income. However, I would check with your own specific situation because sometimes different arrangements can be made. Oh, and for non-filers, typically these are people who don't make enough money to actually need to file taxes. There is going to be a separate IRS portal for you if you want to make sure that your information is correct. So again, I'll leave a link down below in the description of this video to that portal. All right, just a couple of key takeaways. You're going to start seeing money deposited or sent to you directly simply because you have dependent children living under your roof. When I've shared some of this with students of mine, they're thinking like, this is free money coming my way. Well, I just want to let you know that it is a new enhanced child tax credit. However, typically people claim this credit at the end of the year when they file their taxes. Because it's an advance, the government wants to get this money in your hands to help you month after month. So go ahead and use the money in a way that you think helps benefit your family. If you are concerned about owing the money back, feel free to open up a brand new dedicated taxes account. And if the government says you owe a little bit, you'll have that money ready to go. However, if they say you don't, then it's just like having one of those larger tax returns, except you got the money up front month after month. I am anticipating more grants and other government funding coming out in the next couple of months. So if you want to keep up to date, please give this video a like and hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. I have a ton of other resources available on my website, so be sure to check that out. And let me know down in the comments what questions you have about this specific tax credit. I know that there are a ton of unique and specific situations, so let's help each other down below in the comments. All right, as always, I'm Rich, and until next time.